today's show, Gamescom F1 2010 and California sim racers meet face-to-face. This show is sponsored by Sim Raceway. Welcome to Inside Sim Racing. I'm Jessica Lopez.
I'm Tom Hackey.
This is episode 80, and we have a ton of coverage for you today. We got some additional Gamescom footage covering F1 2010.
We have our top sim car challenge.
Of course we do, and we're going to start things off with a recap from this past weekend where we were at Toyota Speedway in Irwindale.
That's right. Mr. Don Keatley, in cooperation with LA Racing School, put together a little event for us to all come down and try out the Blue Tiger motion simulators. And it was great. It was a great little competition.
Yeah, it was a friendly little competition amongst sim racers all throughout Southern California and Central California. There was actually 16 people involved in the competition at their chance to win a 20-lap adventure around Irwindale Speedway.
Yeah, in a super late model. Pretty cool. Really high horsepower car. Very cool prize.
$400 value.
Yep.
And you were involved in the race.
I was. Yes, I was.
And you actually put together a little recap.
I did.
Regarding the race. So let's check out Tommy's recap.
We started with a single elimination tournament of 16 people in 2 Blue Tiger motion rigs. iRacing was the sim of choice with rotating cars and tracks and fixed setups chosen by Don Keatley. The beginning combo was the Advanced Legends cars at the Toyota Speedway at Irwindale, inner third mile course. First up was Chad Peterson and Zanoa Wilson, followed by Sean Cole and Nick Johnston, myself and Peter Muraves, Jerry Buza and Aaron Cobb, Michael Muraves and Howard McMillan, Ted Severns and Will Taylor, John Kuzlin and Darren Ganji, and Dan Cobb versus Scott Kennedy. After the first elimination, these 8 advanced: Scott, Ted, Aaron, Nick, Darren, Howard, myself, and Chad. The next challenge was to be the Skip Barber F2000 at Lime Rock with a setup obtained from Gregor Hutu himself. Though we're all familiar with that combination, the addition of a full motion rig would prove to be very difficult to master quickly. That round saw almost everyone spinning at least once in the underpowered but fun Skippy. Into the semifinals, myself, Darren, Nick, and Scott would emerge, and out of a hat, the trucks at South Boston was chosen. Not being accustomed to high-powered trucks at such a small track, I quickly crashed out, advancing Darren to the finals. Nick and Scott, on the other hand, had a close race that came down to the very end, with Nick eventually on top and advancing as well. The final challenge was once again chosen out of a hat and was again the trucks at Richmond International Raceway. With Darren and Nick competing for the big prize of a 20-lap racing experience from LA Racing School, the action started quickly. Trading places several times, Darren eventually got below Nick and spun him around. Nick pitted and Darren followed suit, not wanting to win that way, and they both performed a manual restart from the pits. After a few laps of trying to chase Nick down, Darren crashed out and Nick drove away for the win.
Nice, good job, Nick. Yeah.
All right, congratulations to Nick Johnston, who has won the grand prize of 20 laps here at Toyota Speedway in Irwindale. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
How do you feel about winning?
I feel awesome. I think this is an awesome opportunity to go out there and turn some laps in a real race car around Irwindale Speedway. I've ran here before, but in a super late model, it's going to be a lot more powerful than I'm used to. But hopefully, I'll be able to train on these Blue Tiger simulators a little bit beforehand and get a good handle of it.
Can you tell everyone out there a little bit about your sim racing experience?
I started back when I was 12 in NASCAR Racing 2002 season, then moved up to NASCAR 2003. From there, I ran that for a few years, then moved on to R-Factor, and then I was invited to one of the first betas of iRacing, and ever since then, that's all I've drove. It's been easily the best simulator I've driven out there.
And how old are you now?
I'm 20 years old.
All right, so 20 years old. Do you plan on taking your sim racing experience to another level?
I already have been. I've been racing karts since I was 8 years old, so that's what, 12 years now. And I've been able to use my sim racing experience to help me out there. And then I've also been able to grow into racing the S2 car out here with Position 1 Motorsports. And that's helped me so much in all my braking points and all my throttle points for Irwindale Speedway. It's been a huge help.
Wow, so 12 years. What turned you on to racing at such a young age of 8 years old?
Oh, well, my dad always been watching racing. He's been involved being a pit crew member for Baja racing teams. And we'd always been racing, and at the age of 7.5, he gave me a choice between junior dragsters, motocross, and go-karts. And me, I was always kind of the shy, timid kid, didn't want to get hurt, and I didn't want to just drive in a straight line, so my obvious choice was kart racing. Then I started there, ran mainly club races at Willow Springs International Raceway for 2-3 years. Then I moved up into the junior ranks, where I won my first national championship in 2003 at Moran Raceway. And from there, I've been winning national championships left and right. I think I have up to 8 or 9 now. It's kind of start to lose count after a little while there, but karting's definitely taken me a long way. It's got me a career. I work over at Position 1 Motorsports as a crew member. I have a full-time job, so I love the sport to death and hope to stay in it forever.
All right, so Tommy, you made it fairly close to the end.
Pretty close, pretty close. Not too
How
bad.
did you feel about racing? Were you nervous?
So nervous. I've never done sim racing. First of all, I've never done a motion sim, so that was a completely new experience. And I've never done sim racing in front of people. And hiding behind your computer screen is a great little thing. When they're all standing in the room, completely silent, and watching you, it gets a little
I could
harder.
tell you were a little nervous by the fact that when I walked in, he was racing. I didn't know he was already there. And you didn't say hi for a while, so I could tell you were not in your normal element.
I was in the zone, man. Sorry.
No, but I can relate, so I understand. And you even went up against Darren.
I did.
What was that like?
It was hard. First, it was hard because I know that Darren's faster than I am. So I knew going in, I was like, oh man, I either have to get lucky here or I got to beat him, and I don't know. But yeah, he beat me.
Well, it was all in good fun.
Oh yeah.
So you got to try the Blue Tiger Motion Simulator,
Yes.
which we've seen around for quite some time now, but have yet to try.
Yeah.
How do you feel that affected your driving?
It was completely different than racing a static rig. Completely different. The whole competition was how quickly can you adapt to this motion simulator all of a sudden. I don't think it made me faster necessarily, at least not while I was trying it there, but I'm, again, not used to it. So, but very cool. I mean, very awesome, replicates G-forces. You know, if you're turning left, it throws you right. It's great. It's awesome.
And congratulations to Nick Johnston, who won the grand prize of the 20 laps at Toyota Speedway.
And we'd also like to congratulate Zenoa Wilson, who got the Hard Luck Prize. He's a road racer who got stuck in an oval race early on and got taken out early. But they got him a 10-lap experience, and so congratulations to him as well.
Yep, we had a grand old time, and thank you to Mr. Don Keatley for having us out and for also getting us tickets to attend that night's race.
Yes, we all went down and experienced a short track race. It was my first short track and your first race, right?
My first race overall. I had such a great time, and Sean actually gave me a little tutorial and history about racing and taught me things like what kitty litter is and tech inspection. So I learned a lot, and I had a really good time.
Yeah, fantastic.
So thank you, Mr. Keatley, for getting us those tickets.
Thank you.
And this is going to lead us into our Top Sim Car segment.
That's right. See if you can beat us at racing on a Top Sim track with a Top Sim car.
All right, Top Sim Cars, sponsored by RaceSimCentral.com.
Home of the one-click install.